I'm thrilled to be standing here today. And thanks also to Karina Gould, Pam Damoff, Lisa Kearns, Paul Sharman, Natalie Pierre, for their kind and encouraging words. These are all truly appreciated. And having the town crier here today, how great was that? Doesn't often happen with our meetings. Seeing a room full of representatives from the various charities that we've supported over the years is incredibly heartwarming. I hope that you've had a chance to speak with many of them. They're all providing so much needed services in our community, and our community certainly wouldn't be the same without them. Thanks also to our sponsors and your contributions today. That's also truly appreciated. You've helped to make our celebration that much more celebratory. And I would personally like to extend a warm welcome to you all, and thank you for helping to celebrate 100 Women Who Care Burlington 10th anniversary. Where is Leona? Can you move this? Oh, slide please. It truly does seem like it was just a few months ago. Who are you waving at back there? No. It was truly just seems like a few months ago when this all began. Our story actually began in mid-June 2013. I don't recall really what the date was exactly, but that morning there was an article in the Hamilton Spectator about the new chapter of 100 Women Who Care Hamilton. I read it with great interest, and being a junior leaguer, knew that this was something that I that I was interested in, and that's something I could get going here in Burlington. It was a simple concept that really piqued my interest. 100 women donating $100 each, and in 1 hour we could raise $10,000. And even better, there were no strings attached. There was no committee meetings, there was no minutes to be taken. It was just, let's all get together and get this done in 1 hour. At that point, there was little information about the Hamilton chapter that was available online, but I happened to reach out to someone in the London group. I learned that they had been around for several years and were incredibly successful. At that point, they had 400 women, a kids group, and a dads group. And I was even more energized after speaking with them. Someone from the London group set me an outline of how they function and gave us some tips of outlining. But I also learned that there were some other women in Burlington who had also read that article and somehow found their way to the group in London. The group in London connected us all, and we met and decided and got the plan going. And that's when I met Pat Grant, and we were committed to getting things together. Soon after, our Burlington instigators, including Pat Grant and a few other women, met to see how and when we could get the group off the ground here, and we decided that the best plan was to wait and plan well and get it going in the next year. Over the fall, Pat and I searched out venues, sent out press releases, met with media, and began to pitch to our own networks, and was prepared to launch in January 2014. And launch we did. On Wednesday, January 29, with around 30 women registered as members. Our first meeting was held in the gym in Tansley Woods, a huge room that sort of overwhelmed the 30 of us. But we had big dreams, and we booked that space. Nonetheless, we had a great meeting and selected Burlington Humane Society as our very first charity of choice. I remember the day and the conversations well. Lisa Pellerin was the nominator, and she tipped the scales for the group, and she said, let's just take care of our furry friends now and leave more for the other charities when we're a larger group and we can give more to them. We all left that meeting on a high, knowing that we had just generated a significant donation for the Humane Society. And we're fortunate to still have some of the members who were at that meeting still members of our group today. Suzanne Craven, Cindy Pedler, Connie Wooten, and obviously myself. Next one, please, Leona. Not long after our inaugural meeting, Wendy Saunders from Dermetics reached out to me, and to let me know that Dermetics would like to sponsor us. They would like to have 10 of their staff as members of our group. It was a great team building mechanism for them and a win for us, and an extra $1,000 per meeting. In those early years, we collected checks and cash, and then with a nominating member, presented the funds in person. It was quite a treat to come with a stack of $100 bills and checks. Being face to face with the charities was a great way to learn more about them, make personal connections, and come away with a greater appreciation of how they were going to make use of the funds donated. It also became very clear how needed the funds were. It seemed we somehow had a knack of picking the right charity at just the right time. And a couple of those charities come to mind, Friday Night Community being one, where after we selected them that meeting, Lisa Lunsky told me on the way to the meeting, she was wondering how they were going to fund their next Friday night dinner. There were also Compassion Society of Halton, who were very close to having their doors closed. And look at them now. The community and we rallied behind them, and they now have a much larger facility and serving and providing greater services to those in need. And their numbers keep increasing. Next one, please. In 2019, we started to take flight and an averaged $5,000 in donations to each of the charities selected. Next one. And then 2020, COVID hit us. Not sure what the future was going to hold. We took a break for 1 month. I think it was April 2020 that we missed, hence 39 charities and not 40 charities selected. But by fall, we found a way to keep going with virtual meetings. Our members told us that they wanted to continue. We recognized the needs in the community were increasing, and it was even more important to do what we could to keep our donations going. From virtual meetings, we were able to morph into hybrid meetings. Our membership continued to grow, and the total donations for each meeting increased. I'm beyond thrilled to say that since April 2023, we've met our goal of $10,000 per meeting, and by the end of last year, exceeded that considerably. Along with the 4 women I mentioned earlier, we have a few others that have stuck it out with us for just under 10 years. We have Christine Bachmeyer, Lee Reynolds, Kalina McGee, Joyce Pearson, and Jen Rayworth. Thank you so very much. Next slide. And now, 10 years later, we have 120 members and teams. We've donated to 39 charities, a total of $254,707. Can't even read the number. 254,775. Truly amazing. The dollars are without a doubt an important metric to track. More importantly are the thousands of people that have benefited from the work that the charities we've supported along the way are able to make a difference in the lives of the people they've served. Just in speaking with Gail from Food for Life today, she mentioned they've got over 1,000 families a year that they support. We've impacted food insecurity, childhood education, Black mentorship, animal welfare, hospice care, grieving children, women's empowerment, and that list goes on. Next slide, please. There's no doubt in my mind that where we are today is because of the commitment and talents of our current leadership team. And please help me in thanking Lisa Bilodeau, Cindy Pedler, Leona Banfield, and Jen Rayworth. Thank you. They each have passion, determination, and positive energy in their bones, but together they're a powerhouse. I can't thank them enough. My picture on this slide is there, but really it should be 2 or 3 of Lisa. She carries the lion's share of the work for our team. She's a jack of all trades and a driving force for our group. She not only keeps us on track, she reminds us of what we're supposed to do, all the things that we've agreed to do, when we're supposed to do them, and then reminds us again. She keeps you and the public informed, and I'm sure there's at least another dozen things that I have no idea that you're doing. Thank you so very much, Lisa. You're a gem. Thank you. And a huge thank you to everyone in the room for your contributions and helping to make my vision take flight. It's incredibly rewarding to see the impact that we're making in our community, and I look forward to our continued success. Please join me, raise your glasses, and have a toast to us.